Lo 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 li 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 li. It's Gene Key of the day and we're back to play. Wah, 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 wah. For those of you who don't know, the dragonfly is an extraordinarily important totem for the Gene Keys themselves. Look up the 55th key and find out more. You are important. You play a very important role. Right, everybody? Well, you can take a rest. This week's report, we are celebrating and calling in the 20th Gene Key. This Gene Key that brings forward an immense amount of presence with it. So, let us get present. From May 21st to May 27th, we will be steeping in this key. And as you can see, we just entered Gemini. So we're just in this new cycle of thoughts, communication, conceptualizations, playing with the mercurial trickster. And Mercury did just go retrograde. So for the next 3 weeks, we're going to be spending some deeper time of retrospection, introspection, deeply going into ourselves to revise a new course and find out what Mercury is trying to show us this time about the ways we can reinvent ourselves. So the sun is now hanging out in this little pocket here, and it's vibing with the 20th Gene Key. So superficiality to self-assurance, to presence. This stream is calling us to ask, wherever we've been operating in our lives, in our daily lives, at whatever level of consciousness we've been, let's take it deeper. This is a key that calls us from the shadows, where we're dominated by our thinking and we're on the fringe of our life. We're just living right on the surface. That's the superficiality. I'm not actually giving myself fully to this moment. In fact, I'm either deep in my activity, in my menial busyness, or I'm in some way just humming along in my day. And from that place, this gift of self-assuredness is calling us to sink our consciousness and plunge ourselves more deeply into the moment. There's so much surrender that goes into this stream. So this week, we're going to ask ourselves, how deeply am I bringing myself to the moment? And how much am I allowing my body to be infused with the light of my presence? Because in this state, what we notice is that more of ourselves show up. And it makes life so much smoother and easier. Decisions are just made right for themselves, right out of the center of our beings. And we start to sense a presence that's beyond us, that's bigger than us, actually. And it is us. And it feels like our guides and our angels. And that's one way to look at it. And as Richard calls us, let's see it also as just our higher essence that's coming into manifestation. So we have a painting to look at here today. This is another Eric Nez original. This is actually a print, but this is one of his paintings. And here we see this woman in a state of presence, in a state of self-assuredness. And she's relaxed, divinely relaxed, and she's looking up, and I sense that this is like her higher nature, and she's receiving the higher codes of her being. So this week we want to put our attention on how can I bring my full presence to the moment. the breath of God, the Word of God, as it says, and fully allow my instrument of my body to sing with divinity. And sometimes all it takes is just relaxing out of the mental ho-hum of life. Please post your contemplations below in the comment field, and let's keep going with our deepening of our contemplations with these gene keys. So much love. Zzz. Wait, you're not a bee, you're a dragonfly. What sound does a dragonfly make? I'll see you next week.